On our last session, your party was initially split. Part of you pursuing answers from within the Western Chapel. Chapel that was home and main base for the Obitus Scholari. And the other part of your party was off to Carmella's greenhouse in hopes that perhaps if she was there, she might be able to understand what it is that is ailing the people of the Ruby District. And maybe even have some answers regarding this tonic that is floating around the city. Draco, Changus, Orin, the three of you ventured off to the greenhouse first and found a very substantial struggle that had taken place within the greenhouse. Bodies pressed up against the far wall, smashed remains of and turned over beds. This laboratory, this apothecary space was not what it once was, and Carmella is nowhere to be found. You were able to receive a message from her, a message that was placed via spell within a curious iris flower. Within it, the message held Carmella's whereabouts, where she ventured to, where you can find her, and hopefully how you can understand a solution to this rampant and violent strain of this disease. She told you to find her within the Zed Junction, deep within the ruined railways. You took this information, sent it via sending stone, and headed towards the Western Chapel, where the rest of you were. After your brief conflict with the monster surrounding the chapel, you ascended a rickety elevator and found a multitude of people within this cathedral that were being tended to by clerics and other members of the clergy here. One person of mention was the vicar. Vicar Inander introduced himself and described how successful it was administering this holy tonic to the people afflicted with such a disease, boasting about its ability to absolve any of the side effects of their ailment. But there was one person who did not seem so lucky. A half-giantess rested in a bed with two large vials of this tonic strapped into either arm and leg intravenously. He boasted about the fact that she had been afflicted for a week and has yet to show any signs or symptoms of Dilari fever. But this did not sit well with your party. Eventually, the three of you from Carmella's joined up in the Western Chapel and eventually came to a conclusion after some visions, as well as some further conversations with the vicar himself, that this is beyond sketchy, what they are doing here. You still don't know where they are concocting such a tonic. You don't know what Carmella knows or where she may be truly. But you do know that this poor soul, that this woman needs freedom. And eventually, the lot of you broke her out with the clerics all surrounding you and a very impressive illusion on your side to give you means of escape. You took this opportunity, looking back and seeing the rage of the vicar behind you and leaving the Western Chapel for refuge at Carmella's greenhouse, knowing that it now is clear of any threats, or so it had seemed. You took your time to long rest, stake out the joint, and it is now the following dawn. But this dawn is unlike any other that you have experienced. The current lunar event that is taking place seems to give all of Luyarna a perpetual state of twilight. Morning or night, a mist surrounds alleys and streets of the Ruby District and further. The woman that you rescued has come to, and it wasn't the most comfortable of places to stay, but you were able to make do. With the information that you have, and what you have taken with you from the Western Chapel, what would you all like to do now?
So we all wake up in the greenhouse.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So at I think so. We ran away. And Mike covered this. We ran away from the church with a giantess woman who was who Seth had healed as one of our final things before the long rest. Do we want to know anything more about her before we just proceed to the Zed Junction? Because I feel like that would be an appropriate place to. Sorry, I could be speaking in my character voice, but we could bring her to Carmella in the Zed Junction. Because as of right now, she's just kind of like dead weight unless we want to know more about her. Basically, this giantess woman was was basically being administered this tonic that we found that we kind of are questioning its true use. The vicar claimed it was healing, and the staff they're going to was healing. When Seth tried it, he had a vision, like a manic vision. So
fucked up.
Yeah, for sure. So we feel like we did her a favor by taking her away.
We took a step? Good.
Yes. So we I think we took her performed her a favor ultimately by taking her away. Because I think we all kind of our trust for the vicar started here and just tanked as the more we talked to him. So I don't know. At this point, Gotrog is curious about her health status. Is she improving after the long rest, being off the tonic, and Seth's healing?
Yeah, so first, before I make you have you do any rolls, you see her. She was one of the. It seems like she was one of the first ones to wake up. But that being said, you can hear a little bit of slightly labored breathing, or as though she moving from area to area throughout the room, in her time, looking around, getting accustomed to where she is catching her breath. Give me a medicine check.
13.
With the 13, you're able to assess that she is not rid of her sickness. The tonic did likely stave off any of the primary effects of the Dolari fever, but on closer inspection, you can see like the tips of her fingers are purplish in hue, and some of the veins around her neck are also holding a similar hue as well. She probably is holding some level of exhaustion. And as you're approaching her and seeing her in this state, she takes a moment and leans herself up against Carmella's workbench, or at least what's left of it. Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm glad to be out of that shithole. Personally, I still... I feel my fever has returned. But I'd rather be feeling what I'm feeling now than what I was experiencing on that cold, heartless bed.
What did you dream of last night?
I have a hard time remembering my dreams usually, but I remember seeing a large... It was like a large dark space, and there was someone standing there. I think he had his back to me, but he had like candles on his shoulders. It was weird. I don't know if that dreams are weird.
They are.
I'm very encouraged to know that you appreciate you enjoying
Spit it out,
your
son!
your condition. Obviously you need further care. I'm just noting this to the members of my party that the tonic did have some medicinal properties of stalling whatever sickness, this Dolari fever you may have, but at what cost? And that, I think, interests me greatly. We know of someone who's working on a cure to what you have, and I think that I propose to the rest of us here, we shall bring you to in hopes to get you fully cured.
Sorry, I'm also a little confused. Where are we?
We're in a what used to be a med center.
Okay,
this
where's
is
the doctor?
The doctor
Used to be.
left us a message that she had run away for some reason.
Can you point to me on the map where we are currently?
We're at the greenhouse.
Thank you.
So we came here just as for safe haven for the night, and just for temporary respite from the bloody conditions we had experienced at the doors of the church, and frankly inside the church. So now our goal would be to head to our where the doctor has run off to.
It's coming together. You two, you were around my bed.
That's right.
And you're a cleric?
I tried.
I remember someone took me down that elevator, and you see her like rubbing her eyes and like going, like looking at each one of you until she stops at Alric. I was in your arms. Thank you.
Of course.
Here's the thing. I would absolutely love to find a doctor as soon as possible. But my guild is gonna want to know where I am. What's your passive insight?
13.
She's hiding something by saying guild.
Would you like us to write them a letter or send them a message after we drop you off at this where the doctor is? We'd be happy to let them know.
Well, I don't know how aligned you are with the Radiant Watch or any of the other political figures here in the Ruby District, but who I'm affiliated with don't exactly align. I don't want to get you guys in trouble because I want to do you a favor. You have helped me out of my situation. We're not exactly well loved in the district.
Look, I mean, we're, for all intents and purposes, we're tourists. We won't judge you for, I mean, we don't have too high stakes or affiliations with any of the...
Radical centrists, you might call us.
Yes, exactly.
Give me a history check, Grayson.
That's pretty good. It's just an 8.
Any of that? That's enough. You are recalling features of a similarly dressed half-giantess the last time you spoke with someone who seemed to be a leader of a group known as the Forsaken.
If you don't mind me asking, this guild that you're referring to, would they be involved in some kind of maybe a black market network, you might say, or something of that nature?
Yeah, you might say. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking more about this. Where? Okay.
You know, we kind of saved your life back there. You think that would earn a little bit of trust?
Okay. I'm considering a few things, right? I know that I probably don't have many days left unless I were to see someone who can fix me. At the same time, I know what my mission is with whom I'm associated with. And she looks back at you, Gotrog. Do you know where your healer is? Or whereabouts she may have ran off to?
Our intel informs us that she's in the ruined railway. Someplace called Zed Junction.
And she raises an eyebrow. Zed Junction. Wow, she knows about that place. I think I can come with you after all. I'm good with a bow, but that's about it.
Okay.
How do you do with stairs?
It's gonna be...
Legs look a little shaky after all that bed sit.
I'm gonna fare all right, but I probably won't be nearly as fast as you.
I do want to reiterate what my friend Ulrich has said, in that, you have attested and we've witnessed your condition improving after having left the church. We could just leave you here. By no means do we have control over you in any way. This is a favor to you. So, by all means, if you have prior allegiances and you'd rather, piss away your remaining days to walk on Earth, by all means. I truly thought we were doing you a solid, but
I'm sorry. I should have been much more grateful than how I came off.
And I don't need thanks. We don't need thanks. But by you mentioning that you have these political affiliations and being concerned about where the doctors that truly might be able to cure you.
Well, and that's the
thing.
thing. That's a thing. When you mentioned that your healer is in somewhere beyond Zed Junction, I think it's a little bit of kismet. My group, our hideout is within the Zed Junction. So, if you're willing to take me along...
Can you walk, or do you need to be carried like you had to be brought here?
I should be able to walk just fine.
Okay.
Thankfully, it is the daytime hours, so the alleys and streets should be largely safe. I can't guarantee anything until we hit the ruined railways. It's chaos down there at any time of day, but regardless, if you're willing, I would gladly go with.
Okay, because we have, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but we have other places that we definitely can and do need to visit. So if this was purely as a favor to you to go there,
then confer with your band. Decide if I won't. Let's put it this way: I won't leave until you all leave. In case you all decide to go where I'm going to go.
Okay, so conference. Basically, we can either abandon this woman or take her to the ruined railway to visit Carmella. Maybe she leaves prior to us getting to Carmella and goes to rejoin her guild. Alternately, we go to the Abbotship Brewery, which is also another hotspot for the Obitus Scalare, which is like an element in sort of figuring out this new curse related to this new moon that we're experiencing, and also ameliorating Ray Walt's name. So those are our two options.
Helping this here woman, she seems to me as more of a side quest. No offense. No offense to ye.
I will say, we set out to get a sample of this tonic to have Carmella specifically investigate it.
That's true.
And draw some
That's true.
inferences about what it might be and where it came
I
from.
forgot about that.
Could we do
It could
both?
be to our benefit.
Aye, that is a good point you raise, Arbor there.
I personally am just a tad bit muffed, is all.
You do look muffed over there. You do look muffed.
You look rather muffed.
Is it possible to do both things?
Just a
Split
matter
the
of
party
time.
in two?
That's an idea.
I'm not assume this
as a character in this world and as a player in a game
Poker
called
face.
Dungeons and Dragons, I'm not super in love with splitting up the party, but I believe in democracy.
Maybe we let fate decide and toss a die.
Cast lots.
Toss a coin to your witcher.
To see if we go out on a quest or not.
Which, it just depends on which quest you be talking about.
Wow.
I'm seriously
20 or
intrigued
higher,
by
we go.
the.
So I think
We go
where? So wait, I think if we do coin toss,
We go.
if we coin toss, it'll be between
If I roll this,
splitting
we're
up the
gonna
party, or all going to.
Oh, I thought the
Zed
coin toss would be just whether we go with what's her name?
Okay.
Or we go to
He was suggesting
we do both.
splitting up the party, doing both.
I don't want to split up.
I think we should. Well,
Are you anti-split too?
We just recently split up, and now we're coming back together, right?
Yeah,
I
we're,
missed last
we're
time.
So let's
recently
split
reunited.
that shit up again.
I vote no split.
No split.
All right, I do think that there is. I forgot about returning or providing Carmella with the vial, and maybe helping because that will dovetail into the other quest involving the like our next step of visiting the brewery. So I think heading to the railway is my vote as one.
I number 2 that.
Thank you for number 2 that. Anyone else number 2? All right, we proceed. I think if I'm getting a consensus, we're not splitting party, and we all go to go as one to Zed Junction.
I was really hoping we could introduce a coin.
There's
y'all
still
can-
time.
You can
Still
still
time.
flip a coin.
Yeah, flip it.
No one's saying
Flip
you
it.
can't.
Yeah, let's just see.
Flip
it.
Heads.
Let's make a wager. Shall
Wait,
we?
is she
Heads, we go
coming
to
with
Carmella.
us?
Tails, we go to Carmella.
You could flip it heads or tails whether she comes with us or not.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
willing to wager.
Whether-
Let's see what I got in
Whether
my
Cade puts a bullet in her head.
Sorry.
Well, that's what we're excited.
It's that New Jack City meme where it's Wesley Snipes like crying.
What's in the box?
Well, that's Brad Pitt.
I know.
Brad Pitt's in New Jack City.
What's this?
So,
never fails.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
have a gambling problem.
Not to add pressure, but have you guys decided where y'all are gonna go?
I will go with ye if you quit bothering.
Shut your trap. We'll call on you when we're ready.
We're still deliberating.
Speak when spoken to, lady.
I mean, I'm planning on going to Zed Junction either way. Is that where you guys are headed, or are we parting ways here?
You said you'd wait for us to leave, so wait for us.
That's where we're headed.
Listen,
Let's pack up.
All aboard.
I'm ready to go right now. So, she has nothing to pack with her, but she did mention that she is capable with a bow. And I think it wouldn't be too unreasonable. If you're willing, Cade,
If a bow were a gun.
since he used to wield a short bow, and now his primary weapon is a gun,
That's cool.
that he would lend her for the time being during this journey only, maybe, to use his short bow. Is that okay?
Cade says, "Let's give her a bow, but no arrows."
Did she shoot left-handed?
Oh no, arrows.
Get
We'll
pranked.
sharpen one of the ends.
Yeah, it's a gun full of blanks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we want to give her a bow? I'm kind of, I guess, going back into conference, the sidebar mode. But I'm not
No, we'll toss
I'm
her
not-
one if we need it.
I like that idea because I'm
Toss-
not.
just-
I'm not
Trust
clear
her.
on her on her political affiliations and if that might like bite us in the ass.
I agree. We can toss her a bow if we see fit when we're in the thick of combat.
What's her name again?
No one's asked.
Let's just leave it that way.
I wanted to know last session, but now it's too late now. Yeah.
I'm all out of.
Just
I'm at
offer
the end of my
up
rope
the
over
line.
here.
Give a
with
shit.
Ooh, what if you just give her one bolt?
One bolt. That way
Is
she
there
can
a
only
bow
kill
and a
one of us.
A bowl? Yeah, you have one ammunition that won't work with this weapon.
Maybe we
It's
give her
an
the
arrow,
bow,
but it's
then we give
backwards.
you the ammunition when we're in combat.
Get the tip of the arrow on the string,
It's
and then
6 of 1, half a dozen. Okay.
The arrow on the string.
What is your
Throw
name?
your bow.
Yeah.
My name's Holta.
Holta.
Kind of
Well,
a bandage.
Yes.
you're a half giant.
I
thought-
yes, I am. You
It's
after
not
you
polite to ask a woman her race.
after
What's the other half?
after you ask that, you like look at Gotsrog, look at Orin, look back at Holta, and you're like, well, shit.
well, as long.
Who farted? Who cast Stinking Cloud?
It's still Gotsrog's illusion of the skunk from before.
Yeah, the skunk got announced to the house.
Really just a-
Well,
So,
it
yeah.
seems Holta we will be going in the same direction. Just don't get any funny ideas along the way.
I have no desire to get in
Whose
your
voice is
way.
that?
I don't know.
Are you drunk?
Who is that?
Word, have you been drinking?
Don't get any ideas, my dear boy.
He's been having some of the mushrooms that have been growing around the walls and stuff.
God.
What the bloody hell was that?
There's mushrooms.
Yes.
You don't know what I'm having.
Bit of scurvy.
Scurvy.
I'm not. I'm just.
So it sounds like you
Zed
guys
Junction.
want to head to Zed Junction.
No bow yet. And we didn't. We're not telling her that we're gonna give her one either.
That's fair. That's fair. You descend and exit out of
I
the
take a sample
greenhouse.
of the mushrooms first.
Does
Oh,
Doug
want
have
to?
to
I
roll
do
to make
take
it
a
down the
sample of
stairs?
mushrooms.
Okay.
Does Doug?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you
gonna,
using
yeah.
the railing to get down? Or?
Try it again.
Each time.
Are you gonna Tony Hawk 2 this?
No.
Why did you even do that in the first place?
The hell of it.
Yeah, we're playing
Ah.
queuing even flow, and you're just gonna try and.
I was channeling my inner fire.
Even flow.
He's gonna like jump and Christ air the entire way.
Yeah.
I thought I had wings.
But you turned off gravity, so he's just like going down. In a
Oh
circle.
yeah, that'd be tight.
And now, as you exit the greenhouse, you see the whole district is flooded with a golden hue. And you can very faintly see in this violet sky the faint sight of the yellow moon that you have been seeing for the past
Yellow moon.
few nights.
There's definitely text in there about the old man.
The ground around you has a very similar smoky mist, like that of that space, that ethereal space you once encountered not 2 nights ago. And as you begin to head southwest out of the Ruby District, following a familiar path towards the ruined railway, you see a number of new graffiti. Graffiti that seem to slander upper class, to slander names of Thomocrene. Another Silverblood name. Even your own patron.
Issa prestidigitation's a penis on the
El Barto.
with a mustache on it.
A couple things, like meta-wise, if the yellow...
Hold on. Where?
At the base.
At the base.
Obviously.
At the root.
If the yellow crown is the yellow moon, like the Radiant Order and others utilizing Radiant magic were particularly buffed by this moon's effect, as their Radiant weapons and spells were able to be far more effective against Scourge-ridden beasts and eventually monsters when they came about. So, Radiant Order probably buffed in this moon. If the yellow crown is the one that we're seeing.
Correct.
Also, this moon does not have mercy on the dying. Those that should have come back from the brief encounter with death instead found themselves on the other side. Death is a lurching matron waiting to cover us the moment we fall into her hands.
Yeah,
So
must experience
we
that.
might not come back if we die. Just heads up.
It's about time.
You got all that from a moon?
When we first went into this zone, I remember one of the knight's cannons was like super buffed, like right off the bat. I don't know if that was intentional.
That's good intel.
Sharp eyes.
Good recall. Well, as you now descend into the main...
Graffiti digression aside.
So yeah, did it work? Did the spell stick or?
Sure. Yeah. The illusion stays.
Yeah.
You descend down into the central hub of the ruined railway, where you see several forking paths and a similar sight. Turned over cars, leftover bodies from the previous fight or the previous encounter before, when you first laid eyes upon the butcher that you fought down in these depths. And you...
Sorry, is it still here? Is the body still here?
That'd be kinda, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to add context to it.
Yep.
Better now. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's composing.
Better!
This piece of shit. Oh, sorry.
Don't slander the dead.
True. He was a good guy. He was a good
Saying
guy.
that the dead body smells is slandering. Be polite. They
My
might
dead
stink,
body
but
in
don't
this
acknowledge
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Don't slander.
Don't even lie to me. Don't say they smell like petunias.
Walking by dead body. Don't slander the dead. That's a good bit.
Immediately you see two major railway paths. One that has a sign of junctions A through L, and then another one, junctions M through Y.
I'm looking for X through Z. So there's, it's a Y-shaped tunnel. What the hell? So let's ask Holta. Holta, I'm not seeing X through Z on this sign here. We've been here a couple times, but we haven't been to Zed Junction before.
That's not surprising. It was once the maintenance hub of the city. It wasn't really permissible to the public. Memory recalls I'm pretty sure it's this way. Yeah, it's this way, and she
M
heads
through Y?
Yeah,
Section?
she heads in that direction. But what I want to know is what y'all's marching order is going to be.
Is it dark?
It's getting darker and darker.
Mist is back!
Oh, you didn't include that in the
I
episode.
know. Well, because
Luke's
Kevin
voice
played it
memo.
at the end of the session, so it's like,
Dude, that was so funny that like at the end I hear
Yeah.
like just I'm like whose voice is that at the end?
Yeah.
And it's Kevin's voice because we told because
I just had
you
a
cut out the
roll.
introduction. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was bizarre. Yeah, marching order. Your dark vision guy.
I will say, just for
Single file, double file.
it's a very wide tunnel. So what you have in this tunnel is these two platforms on either side of the train railway.
Okay.
So it's very wide. The platform itself is probably a good 15 feet wide. So unless you wanted to, there isn't necessarily a need to be single or maybe even double filed. But in terms of, going, who's going to be leading forward, unless you and Orin happen to have dark vision, which I did not recall if
I
Goliaths
don't,
do.
but I can be in front with Mizd, and I'll produce. I'll do produce flame.
I was going to say, because Hulta would be able to provide direction,
Yeah.
but not vision.
Okay. I think so. If someone wants to be next to me at the front, I'm producing flame. Someone should be next to her, maybe. And if we're doing double file, maybe she's next to one of us. I don't know. It's just an idea. If we do double file, just as a way to, I don't know, make it so that there's some scheme.
I don't have dark vision, but I do have tavern brawler.
Hell yeah!
Does that count for something in this dark tunnel, Mike?
Not really. But it might later.
I cast Tavern Brawler. This might be a bit arbitrary, so I don't want to talk about it. I might have something crazy that I bring up later.
Okay.
Something crazy.
So this is just gonna represent Hulta for now.
Okay.
Who, please, if you can go over who's gonna be where.
Everyone, let's. We can either do 3 or 2.
Let's just say this is the front, this is the rear.
Okay.
What about a phalanx? Can we
Get the rear.
I'll be in the front. That seems to be.
Oh, I thought you loved
Yeah, I can't remember who's who again because I know I'm upright again.
This is Ulrich. That's you, Gotrog. This is you on the ground, Orin. This
No,
is
did Orin lose his
Chengiz.
base?
He did. I have to glue it. I'm so bad at remembering to do these.
no.
Draco,
Yeah.
Dakarin, Mist,
Who fucked
and
with
Issa.
Orin while I was gone?
None of us. All right, place where you are. I think this is the front. Are you a gummy worm?
Yeah.
You don't have a mini?
Bro. It's part of my trickster magic.
That's against the spirit of the game.
It is?
I think so.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Dakarin is behind. Where is that? What you like to do, or do you want to do rear flank?
I'm a real flank.
Is this Issa?
Yeah.
Where do you want to be?
I'll be. I don't care. Somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know. Back here.
Chef, can we double?
I don't have
Are these in here?
sight.
I got 2 bags.
Oh yeah.
And we should have sight in the right and the rear too.
Yeah,
good
that's
idea.
a good idea. Who's got dark vision?
Do you have dark vision? Seth?
I do. I should be up front.
Get in the rear.
Just stay in the
We
room.
got light in the front.
Oh, okay.
And Luke put himself up front, so he can see too.
As you're following Hulta's direction, you head down further and further until it gets dark enough for you, Gotrog, to summon your produce flame, shedding some light onto the space, and the accumulation of bodies are subsiding. Overturned cars are even subsiding. There's a long stretch of this railway that seems rather barren, and all that you hear are the small movements of vermin. You continue down until you all eventually notice that Hulta halts your party. Oh, wait. Okay. There's a door here on. I forget if it's on this side or that side. I should be able to open it. and then we should be able to press forward into the entrance that we need. But I can't see shit on the other side. Do you think you'd be able to come with me on the opposite end? I just want to make sure that we're not missing anything.
Sure.
Okay.
Sorry. Can I make a stealth check to follow behind?
Sure. Go ahead and roll stealth.
I didn't roll in my hand before I rolled.
Yeah, that's where you went wrong. Yes, I go.
I
got 13.
13. Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No, she doesn't like look over her shoulder or anything.
She sees you, doesn't care.
Yeah. I stubbed my toe.
Fuck!
Ow! But yeah, the rest of you see Halta following Gottarog, leading her across the opposite end of the platform, with Issa shortly behind them. She goes to feel some of the brick and tiled walls until she eventually comes to, you see her hands find a seam. Okay, yes, yeah, I found it. All right, and then she like reaches into like a thicker seam. Like there's no handle here. There's no signage. There's no runes. Nothing of that nature. But you see her hand reach in like almost half of her forearm now into the wall before you hear a and this door reveals itself a little bit more clearly as it presses inward into the wall of this tunnel.
Before I advance, I do look for like signage as far as like Z, like the letter Z or something like that, or because who knows? Is she just leading us down?
Make a perception check. Lord.
Whoa! Dude.
And
5.
so epically.
Nothing, no other signage really.
Was that a definitive answer, or was that an answer based on its role?
There's no signage really.
It's not his job to tell you.
I'm
So
curious,
is she
I'm curious
directing
about
the
this.
rest of the party to come through?
What's that?
Is she directing the rest of the party to come through as well, or because I know that she said, like she wanted me to come along ahead on the side. Is this a?
Because you were you're conjuring the light source.
Yeah. But
So-
so this was the path that we all should take.
Right.
Gotcha.
This will lead us to Zed Junction. It's going to be a little bit tight for maybe a quarter of a mile, but at worst, from what I recall, and then it's going to open up again.
1 mile at worst.
All right. Do you want to take the front? I mean, I can't see shit.
Yes. Let's. And then I guess metagaming. Let's just resume the order that we had. So Ulrich and I can be at the front.
This will now become single file.
Oh, really?
At least for this stretch that she
Okay.
was originally talking about.
So do we want to do? Yeah. Well, how far is Dark Vision? That's 30 feet.
I think it's 60 feet.
Okay. So does Luke miss? Do you want to go first?
I put myself close to the first.
Okay. So let's just because in case something because my flame only goes 20 feet.
60 feet.
So let's have Miz go first, and then I'll go. Like Holta can go behind him, Ulrich can go behind her. I'll go behind Ulrich, and then the rest of us can follow.
Okay.
Do something like that.
How deep is this tunnel? Where does this lead?
This is going to lead us to a private car entrance, so it's going to look a little similar to what we just walked through, but it's not. It wasn't like I was saying. It wasn't intended for public transit. So the cars here were smaller and intended to be able to have a backway passage to maintenance, whether it was fallen trains or just being able to take care of the infrastructure here within the railways.
Is this where your group is?
Beyond this stretch, yeah. It's going to get a little bit hairy after this smaller area, but I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get past the traps that we have. Anyway, and Miz and her take the lead going forward.
I'm taking the lead with her.
You're ahead.
And I'm right.
She's
in front
right
of
behind
you. Guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it is.
I wanted to go a little quieter. Personally.
You want to go stealthy?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Table. This is so far. It's mid so far.
16.
Last week we were on fire.
You're
It was
killing
like
you.
it was like
crazy.
Could
like
do
the
no wrong.
92 bowls or whatever. We were
Yeah. Yeah. The dream team.
Damn it, you and your sports references.
You and your
Get out of
sports
here. This is for
references.
nerds.
My bad.
I think I'm gonna stay back.
Okay.
Always.
Like holding the anchor, essentially.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay.
But like pace myself, so I'm gonna light a torch and just kind of like hold back, kind of guard the entrance for a few minutes, and then start to follow that.
So given that Mist is taking a much more caution to his step, do the rest of your party want to follow suit? Or do you just want him to hold the lead, keeping the stealth forward?
It's another reason for me to stay back because I'm disadvantaged on stealth. So
I'll stealth it up.
Well, I guess do we have to be as one? Because Goshard does not care.
Yeah, I've
But
got,
if we
I've
have
got
to-
nothing to hide.
You can split it, yeah. I'm not forcing the group as a
Well,
whole
we're
to do
already in
something.
a single file line.
Yeah,
We can't
yeah.
wiggle right. It's like wait, you
Excuse
go
me.
first. Like I'll go back.
I was wondering if I can maybe walk. Okay. How far can you see? 20 feet?
Yeah.
I was hoping to walk 20 feet.
You want to go
like,
ahead?
About 15 to 20
That
feet
means
ahead
you
of
have
them.
disadvantage on stealth.
Well, you don't.
checks.
We don't know where we're going
because of
That's
the armor
thing.
that you
Oh,
carry.
that's true.
It jingles, so it's not
Yeah, I
very.
feel like you got.
not as
I need
conducive.
to be in the back.
wait, you
Never
two?
mind.
You could go ahead.
I
and
have
woman.
jingle.
Yeah, me
when
too.
Oh, do you? Doesn't it suck?
You and the
It
woman.
does. Let's stay back,
Let's jingle together.
like far in the back.
Yeah.
What are we hiding from? Let's just go.
You guys go ahead.
Here we
We're
go.
just-
Doug's
we're
trying to
gonna-
split the party
we're-
again.
Doug
Can a
moment.
brother dream?
Doug moment. Doug.
Classic Doug moment.
Can both of you, Ulrich and
I told you.
Draco, give
We got
me
the
a
idea.
perception check?
You guys are gonna get killed. Just a heads up.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna get killed.
We're fine. I have.
Doug did the bad roll in his hand.
Yeah, should we do
didn't-
that?
I didn't do the bad.
Yeah, you
one.
didn't roll when you're
Oh no, he did. Doug did it. He must have rolled
I
a good
didn't
roll
see
in his
the
hand.
number.
Doug did.
I know what the number
Doug
was.
did it.
I don't.
Do I diddy Doug diddy.
Oh my god, I can't even find what I'm looking for. I turn it through.
Plus 2. 7.
Who's on first?
7. Okay. We're armored up, but we're not perceptive.
That's all right.
With an
11.
11, you hear
By Cade.
You step on trap.
with an 11, you do hear Ulrich, a very labored breathing individual, getting a little closer and closer, and you hear them walking almost with a limp and like the sound of a staff or a cane in your guys' general direction on this side of the platform, by the way, not on the opposite end.
We're on a platform?
Do you hear that?
I do.
I'm pulling out
you
my
hear it?
Galvin blade. I'm gearing up, just getting ready.
I get my axe out or something.
Yeah.
Okay. You
I'm guarding this entrance.
are you looking for the source of this person, or are you just like holding tight?
Just waiting. I think. And we
Yeah,
gotta.
I would hold tight, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You hold tight, and this individual gets closer, and then you hear somebody, anybody, please, I can see your light. And he walks closer and closer.
This is why you don't split up the party.
This is why you never
was
roll
his
perception.
That's true.
This is why you...
You don't need to see.
What if you rolled a 2? You wouldn't have heard anything.
Yeah. We could have been on our
way.
way.
This roll was bullshit.
I wish I rolled lower.
Yeah.
Why did I spec in perception?
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, indeed.
And You can see their silhouette brighten, and you see an extremely gaunt young man with looks like he has a shaved head and is clutching this staff as he's walking towards you, and at the end of it, it kind of looks like a censer, but there's nothing being produced by it. There's no flame, there's no mist. It's just a dormant censer, and he's walking. Please, food, water, anything. And he collapses not 5 feet from you.
It's a trap. If he's only 5 feet in front of me, then I bend down just to see if I can see anything on him.
Only if he's 5 feet in front of you.
If he's 6 feet.
What are you?
We're out of here.
Are you picking his pockets?
I can't look at you.
I helped myself, but I said 5 feet.
Overview of the body, if it's dead.
Is it even dead?
Make a medicine check.
Not dead yet.
Dobby's not dead.
He just falls face down.
Face down.
What is that?
4. That's a 4.
Is it dead?
He's barely breathing.
You have to give him mouth to mouth.
Yeah, mouth to mouth.
Doug hits the mouth.
Yeah. Doug, mouth. You gotta go.
Sorry, Doug. It's just so
Seriously,
silly.
you've created a hostile environment.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I did not
Just sounds
expect
so
that.
silly.
Doug, mouth.
Doug, mouth.
That was good. Yeah, keep going. He's not up yet.
I'm gonna kneel down and
You gonna kiss him too? Or?
yes, just like kind of slowly flip him over on his back.
You roll him onto his back, and he is incredibly light. I mean, this kid looks like he could be skin and bone.
Right?
Oh, it was a kid?
Human.
I have
never
those
mind.
mushrooms in my bag.
Yeah, he looks to be like a teenager.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out a water spoon. and
I'm
just-
not. Yeah.
I'm gonna try
I have those mushrooms. I could possibly feed those to him. He could eat them. The whole point I grabbed them was to see if they're edible. So he's dying.
Maybe
He's
he's
dying.
test subject. He's dying anyway.
I don't know if these are edible, but
We're just fucking around out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like lift him up a little bit and try to get water in his throat. And I'm also just looking around, inspecting this scepter that he's got. He doesn't have any candles, does he?
Why?
Yeah, so you flip him over, administering this your water skin, and he is able, after a little bit dribbles off his chin, that he takes a few sips. He comes to. Oh, thank you. Oh, I haven't tasted water in days. Who are you?
Who are you?
My name's Rackjax.
I knew it! Rackjax! I seriously am like, Rackjax? I was gonna give you mushrooms, but I decided not to now that I know who you are.
He gave you mouth.
I'm sorry.
Remember me? Our party?
I remember you. Yes.
Remember me? Our party?
all the doors, the locks on the doors.
Very vaguely, there were more of you. Were there?
They're down in the tunnels now. What is going on? Where have you been?
Surviving. My remedy has run out after a few days. I was kind of hoping I might be able to have some of the fennel that Carmella at one point
We retrieved. Never brought in.
I don't remember that.
We were working on it.
Yeah.
It was on the list.
We never got to it.
You were in our,
So many
we
quests.
held you in our hearts the entire
Yeah. You were in our thoughts and prayers.
Okay, better question for right now.
Roll for
Are
deception.
our friends in danger? They just went down into the tunnels going towards Zed, whatever the platform.
Did you put some Adam
Junction,
Sandler?
whatever.
Doug Duggar, you okay?
No, this is.
I'm excitable.
I'm not sure of any Zed Junction personally. My family has mostly just stayed in the primary public railways. I assume you were with him.
Yeah. You know this
This
man?
fella,
Yeah.
someone we met a while back, he asked us to go on a quest, and
We did.
it's in progress.
It seems like you left him to die.
It's fine. I know that it's a hard herb to find.
Whose side are you on? I raised my axe between the two of us and be like, whose side are you on?
Do either of you have some sort of compatriot who's of the healing variety? Something that can stave me off for at least another day?
One of them, don't they?
Well, we're on our way to. This is metagaming, but we're on our way to Carmella
I'm
right
aware
now.
of
Who's like
that.
the town doctor.
Yeah.
Let's take him to the town
And
doctor.
also, our trickster cleric can heal you
we
too.
can't go down.
Yeah. We do have a healing
I'm not
monk.
there. I'm not a healing monk. Not this time. I'm not there though.
Is anyone following you? Do you know? Is there...
No, I went to seek out what the noise was in hopes that,
How did you get down here? How long have you been down here?
oh, we've lived down here for a
I know
while.
this here, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is
It's
not
not
here,
really-
but like, this is where we met.
Okay.
Not here.
You've been here before.
Don't bring that plane in.
There's a small group of us who have made the railways our home after seeing the ways that the Radiant Watch have laid waste to our lands once before. If
It's looking awkward because I don't know what to say about this.
it's fair, that's fair.
You guys abandoned this guy.
We did not abandon those
I remember this.
Task in progress.
Ulrich remembers.
Point of reference, this was like 7 sessions ago.
Yeah, it's.
I can tell. It's very withered.
We were in a lot of trouble between then and now.
I heard something about one of the revenants being slain.
Yeah, we had to take a 2-week break.
You're not there. Let Doug let Doug handle this.
Yeah, we had to take it to. I was not present, actually. Were you present for that?
No.
For what?
For the priest that got killed? Pastor? Whatever his name. What did you say? I'm sorry.
Precinct?
Yeah, the problem. He said revenant, but he did kind of say reverend.
I said reverend by mistake. It's supposed to be revenant.
Okay.
It sounds like you made a promise to someone and you broke the promise.
We just
Like
have yet
your
to
head
fulfill it.
attached to your shoulders.
Whoa, okay. This is getting far more hostile. Listen, if you don't... If there's nothing that you can help me with, I understand. I can try to find...
We'll help you.
Would food be something that would help you in this present moment? Even just a little bit, give you some sustenance.
Perhaps, if you have something, but...
Is there any?
I still am...
Can I do a perception check? Is there anything outside vegetation wise?
Make a nature check.
We are underground right now.
We're at the entrance.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Aren't we at the entrance?
No, we're the entrance to a hallway within one of the subways.
Yeah, we're in
I
that.
thought we went back.
Nope.
No,
you're at the entrance of the
We
hallway.
can't fucking help.
We're the rest of us are down the hall.
So we're just in the middle of this fucking hall.
Yes, you're literally in a subway.
Roll the
Yeah, I help him out.
We've been traveling up.
Okay.
So we're not. Yeah. The cave
In
was
fact,
in
I
the
give him
cave.
more.
Okay. I thought we went back to the entrance.
You
where
give him
No,
a good
no,
portion.
it's the entrance of the hallway.
Here.
Okay.
There could be some nachos though, just sitting there. You never know.
What? Describe like what would some of these rations be? What do you imagine?
Bread and carrots.
Bread and carrots. Okay, yeah. You hand them to him and just ravenously starts eating. And then after like 10 seconds, just pukes. Because clearly this guy has not eaten in days.
Can I do a perception check for Jewish stereotypes?
What?
No. This is getting cut out.
What?
You're not there. Okay. We need to get through this.
Yes.
No,
I'm
we
trying.
as a D&D group, we need to be anti-Semite.
Anti-Semite. Wait, whoa, not anti-Semite.
Trust me, I'm pro-anti. I mean, pro. pro-Semite.
This is the anti-Yosemite.
He tries his best to choke down the food that you give him and some of the water. He asks for it back again, and he gets a little bit of strength to stand back up with leaning heavily on his quarterstaff.
Yeah, I help him out for sure. Like, yeah, like let him lean on my shoulder, and we're kind of. I say we just start walking down the tunnel.
He looks past you, and he sees this this stone door that has been pressed inward, where to your back is this hallway where your party has ventured forward.
Yeah,
Why are you going there? That's the maintenance junction.
Honestly, I'm not really sure. We met a woman recently and a giant.
Another one.
Giant. Another one, yes.
Wow, there's so many of you.
She said that this was the way to go.
If memory serves me right, I believe the Forsaken have their hideout beyond the maintenance junction. Are you prepared to face them?
No. We did not intend on facing them. No.
Hopefully your escort will be more than just charismatic on your behalf. I'm not sure I dare venture beyond the hallway, but at the same time, you're the only hope that I have.
We'll keep you safe.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna shove my torch to you and say, hold this, and I lean down.
Are you bitter that I didn't help him?
He follows you.
No comment.
Unless that was in character.
And the three of you go down this narrow hallway.